Hi, I'm Jerry Wise, a therapist from Family Tree Counseling Associates in Carmel, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis. And I'm fortunate to be here in Miami Southbeach, and I wanted to share some fun and some ocean and sun with you today. It's a little later in the day we got started, but I hope you'll enjoy the video anyway. This video is entitled Why Family Systems Perspective is Such a Powerful Approach. It's the approach that I use in doing counseling and doing therapy. On this video, I can't teach you a family systems approach in this short video that we have, but I can share with you, and you can learn some family system keys and helps in this video. I also have over 50 plus videos that you can find a family systems approach on YouTube. You can watch those as well that might give you a little more background to a family systems approach. You know, I have many of my clients who say to me, you know, Jerry, your approach has helped me more than any other. And it's helped me more than any other books I've read. I've gone to a number of therapists, but when I've come to see you, I've learned more. I've gotten a better perspective. I've actually gotten free from being stuck in a number of ways. And I'd like to take credit for all of that work. However, I'll have to say it's the family systems approach that really is a powerful approach and an effective tool in doing therapy. Let me tell you my secret. It's a Bowen family systems approach. Began by Murray Bowen 50 some years ago, but it's a very effective and helpful way to do therapy and really helps people to grow. Again, I can't share with you today in this short video all about family systems, but I wanted to tell you some of the many benefits and powerful perspectives that can change your life. I have 2 master's degrees in counseling and therapy. I've been a social worker, a pastoral counselor, chemical dependency counselor, and a marriage and family therapist. After 35 years of work, and I've read thousands of books and learned many therapy approaches, but family systems approach is the one I found to be the most dynamic, the most effective, and the most life-changing. And if you don't believe me, I want you to give me a call. I think I can make you a believer. A family systems approach has great goals in teaching you how to be yourself while staying connected to others. And I can't think of any other better goals than that. How to be me while staying connected to other people. Often we fall off either side of that cliff. We're not ourselves or can't stay connected with other people in a healthy way. A family systems approach helps us build emotional backbone. Almost everyone struggles with being self while staying connected to others. This systems approach builds a sense of self while not fusing with or cutting off from other people. And I think that's the right goal for learning intimacy and learning relationships and having healthy ones. This approach of being self while staying connected to others, this is called doing the work of self-differentiation. This approach does not let the therapist off the hook. And I think that's very important for having a good therapist, for getting good therapy. How many therapists have never done their own work on their own issues? A lot of them. Then they end up offering advice and help for all of your issues, but they haven't done their own work. In a family systems approach, a family system coach or a family system therapist must do their own work. That helps them do the most effective therapy with people. The best therapists have done and continue to do their own work on their family of origin issues and learn to do the hard work of self-differentiation. How can a therapist teach you self-differentiation if they've not achieved it or worked on it themselves? Many therapists avoid this work. And I don't blame them, because it's very hard work. It's not easy. It's kind of the road less traveled. It's also not required to be a licensed counselor or to gain a graduate degree. You don't have to do your own work of self-differentiation. You don't even have to do your own issues to be a licensed counselor, sadly, in my opinion. A family systems approach is great for overcoming emotional fusion and enmeshment. Fusion and enmeshment wrecks marriages, families, and it wrecks careers as well. A family systems approach teaches us that relationships are paradoxical. Too much closeness produces too much distance, and too much distance is a sign of too much closeness somewhere in our lives. That's an important, helpful key in family systems perspective. A family systems perspective is a great approach for seeing and understanding how our issues, problems, stuckness, and triangles that we get in, how we overfunction and underfunction, and how all of those things fit into our relationship system, both our family of origin system and our current relationship systems now. For example, how we learned how to do intimacy or not, or how we do relationships, we learned growing up in our family of origin. It still drives us today. It will always drive us. Family of origin imprints us for our relationships. To learn about that and manage that can be a great and powerful tool and a very effective leverage in doing relationships. Family systems approach is the think outside the box approach to your relationship life. And it's hard to think outside the box. To think outside your current paradigm is not an easy thing. It's like asking the fish to see the water. The fish sees the water and they take it for granted. Our paradigm we take for granted. So to think outside the box is not an easy thing to do. A family systems approach helps you to do that. That can help us to grow, heal, recover, and gain intimacy. A family systems approach helps you to see how you are on autopilot most of the time. We are so unconscious when we do relationships. Most people don't realize that. When someone's marriage fails, and now they hate their ex, they ask, how could I have ever chosen them? I'll tell you how. They were on autopilot when they started their relationships. Family systems approach helps you to get off autopilot and helps you to become more conscious in your relationships. We instinctively react to problems. We instinctively react to love, to intimacy, to choosing who we have a relationship with, who we choose or have that chemistry with. That's all that autopilot. This instinctive, unconscious autopilot way of living causes all kinds of difficult problems and gets us stuck in all kinds of ways. A family systems approach helps you see the autopilot and get you on manual approach, so you can begin to run your own life rather than your instincts running you. When we get off autopilot, we learn to see from a 30,000-foot view. This provides us with lots of benefits, and it provides us with leverage in managing ourselves in relationships, and that's a very powerful thing to do. For those of us who have struggled with finding and achieving healthy intimacy, a family systems approach provides the best way to learn to increase your tolerance and capacity to enjoy and experience intimacy. You can go read my blog on the allergy to intimacy, and I explain that more. Intimacy requires self-differentiation and a balancing of the forces of togetherness and separateness. and practicing living and achieving both. Family systems approach gives you the tools to do this. Most of us are imprinted with a low capacity for intimacy, or what we call, and what I've said is an allergy to intimacy. A family systems approach is a way to break that imprinting. Let me talk to those real briefly as I start to end this video, to those who are codependent. Those of us who struggle with codependency, which is the over-focusing on others and the under-focusing on ourselves, tend to fear head-on resolutions of problems. We feel paralyzed in our ability to see any other solutions or perspectives. I see codependency as a zoom-out blocking problem. In other words, we can't get to 30,000 feet. We just get stuck in the problems way down in the weeds. We can't zoom back to see a bigger picture. As a result, we live in a perpetual reactive state of fear, worry, and insecurity. The good news is there's hope. Using a family systems tools such as systems questions, triangle busting, intimacy balancing, inside-out questions, such as what's the downside of doing something good, what's the upside of doing something bad, again that paradoxical approach, and many more tools, we can learn to live differently and to change our lives. I think it's time to learn now and to change. I have 50 plus videos that are free on YouTube. I hope you'll go watch them. There are some books for you can get to learn more about the perspective and a family systems approach. Harriet Lerner, The Dance of Intimacy. Andrea Schara, S-C-H-A-R-A, Your Mindful Compass, that's a new book that's out. And Roberta Gilbert's another author on this approach. If you're looking for more and you want to break the cycle of stuckness, reactivity, and unhealthy intimacy, I hope you'll give me a call at 317-919-6264. You can see the contact information on your screen. I do Skype and FaceTime therapy for those who can't see me in my Indianapolis office. Join our YouTube channel, and I want to thank you today for listening, and I hope you have a great day.